What's going on, guys? It's your boy GS, and welcome back for another Madden 25 online ranked match. And today, we are on our alphabetical quest going from A to Z, and we are on the Rams going up against the Vikings. Definitely a tough matchup for anybody, considering they have arguably the best player in football when it comes to Adrian Peterson. The Rams are definitely a suspect team. So hopefully I can do a good job at containing Adrian Peterson and forcing them to pass. Anytime you get away from Adrian Peterson, this is a successful defensive stance. So to begin the game, we want to start off with running with Isaiah Pede. Try to get some decent running on the ground. Hopefully be able to open up the passing lanes. The Rams don't really have too much to offer on both sides of the ball. They have been a team in real life that has been struggling. Last few recent years, they're definitely rebuilding. But with Sam Bradford hopefully coming to light, and with Tavon Austin and the new additions that they have, hopefully they can be somewhat of improvement. Anytime I'm passing, they have Isaiah Pede that I'm trying to get they have Austin I'm trying to get the ball to. Good hands, great speed. I'm trying to get him rolling. Like I said, definitely trying to be balanced. I don't want to seem too one-dimensional. Right here, beautiful run by Pete. Breaking. Look at him breaking tackles, though. And I'm just shrugging him off, carrying me all the way to the 11-yard line. And from right here, we want to be able to reward Pete for getting us all the way down there. Hopefully being able to run it in. 2nd and 2 right here, just a quick toss to the outside. And we end up scoring our first touchdown of the game. So, as you see from the title, there's going to be a lot of things that just don't seem to go my way. But hopefully it's not enough to go ahead and hold me down from this victory. We have been on a very good winning streak. Also, since I'm going from A to Z, I'm also using their team-specific offensive playbook. So tonight at 9, I won't be posting the Ravens. I will be posting a very big surprise for anybody that loves Madden. So 9 o'clock tonight. Ravens will be tomorrow. Tonight at 9 is going to be a very, at least what I think, something that's huge for everybody in the Madden community. Again, something huge for anybody who loves Madden. So definitely want to check that out tonight at 9 o'clock. So as you see from here, I noticed, man, my opponent just ran Bagdy a lot. 3rd and 9 right here. You see he backs everybody up, only rushing one. And, with limited space here, I try to take off my fumble, and I lose Sam Bradford for the game. I lose my, 83, 84 overall quarterback, whatever he is, and I'm stuck with Lemons. And that was just a huge blow to my offense. To take out my starting quarterback and to have a slow backup quarterback only in the very low 70s. Right here you see Bradford is out for the game. So it's going to be a rough game. And one thing that really frustrated me a lot is that you see he kept streaking me, even though another injury for me, even though I wasn't pressing. I had deep blues, both guys on the edges. As we get beat right here, oh, never mind, this isn't it, but both the cornerbacks will speed like 92 and 93. How fast are these Minnesota Vikings receivers? They're in deep blues with no press, and they somehow still backed off, still got beat, and I just was really frustrated by that. But nonetheless, man, we want to go ahead and hopefully be able to score here. And as you see, every time I was able to move the ball on him with really not too much effort, I had no problem moving the ball. But whenever I got in the goal line and hit me with the fag D, that's when I had trouble. You see right there, he was rushing 1 to 2 guys as he did, all game. And just as I said, I don't go up against it too often. I go on it for back-to-back games. The Raiders game against the 49ers, nothing but fag D. This game, a ton of it, especially in this area. As you see, people run during the fag D. I tried. It just, it just didn't really work out. Right here, I try a screen, but I end up getting shut down. 3rd and 10 right here. Standing in the pocket, surprise, fag D, sending 2. Got one guy in the spot, so I can't even take off if I want to, especially with no agility, Clemens. So it just sucks, man. I'm really struggling in this area. Last year my go-to play was the FL screen, and believe it or not, I scored on that play in the goal line 95% of the time. Just a real quick throw, good blocking. This year that play has been nerfed a ton. It's nowhere near the same as it was last year. And using team-specific playbooks, I'm far from having a scheme. You know what I mean? So I really don't even know what to even call down there that's like a go-to play for me in the goal line area. So that's something that I really got to work on, because this game right here really let me know how trashy I am when I get that far deep into territory. Right here, Adrian Peterson's starting to get it going a little bit, and that's the last thing we want. We don't want him to go crazy, going loose, running the ball, because that's just going to make our job more difficult, trying to stop the best player in football. Right here, he hits the outside, and nobody's going to catch him. He's gone. Adrian Peterson scores a touchdown with a minute 30 remaining. I am down 13-14, so hopefully we can go ahead and score before halftime, which he does get ball at halftime, so that right there is a very key thing we got to keep in mind. So we got to use the time management correctly. Austin gets this to about the 45-yard line. Great return right there. Right here, we end up doing a run play, a nice little counter, and we get a very good gain right here. Get ourselves really close to field goal territory. 1st and 10, we go back to the counter, and block shed right there forces us to 2nd and 12. Right here, my fault. I thought I read man-to-man as soon as I hiked the purple, shaded on the inside, and then released towards the outside. And I did not pick up on it as soon as I hiked the ball. I thought I read man-to-man, and as soon as I threw the ball, I realized it was a purple route, and yeah, I knew that was coming all the way. Very, very bad read by me. Right here, we send some edge pressure. We get a sack. Only 17 seconds left. Right here, he goes to remember that play right there, just a corner route by the tight end. Right here, coming up, man, he's going to go deep up top right there. Again, this play right, he beats me over the top for a half-ending touchdown. And that just lets you know the authenticity of this video. Giaz gives up a touchdown before half. And I'm like, I'm not pressing. I got these guys backed up already. How are these guys getting outran? I just didn't understand it. I just couldn't figure it out for the life of me. It's like, are these guys 98 speeds that they're running by these 93 speeds with no problem? They're like 10 yards ahead of him when he's throwing the streak, and he gets the ball at half. So it's like, I lost my quarterback. Things are just not going my way. I'm getting beat by streaks, and I really just can't figure it out. And my cornerbacks are fast enough that they should be able to stay with them. Nonetheless, man, we got to make some adjustments. He decides to run with AP. Of course, why not, right? You got the best player in the game. 3rd and 8 right here. He rolls outside the pocket a little bit, and he does throw right into coverage. I'm sorry, son, but no sir for you. We got Laurinaitis with the huge interception right there. That right there was a very big play, and right now we have an opportunity to go ahead and hopefully be able to tie this game with a 2-point conversion. So, as I've done all game, I've had pretty much no problems being able to work my way downfield. It's been the goal line area, the red zone, where I've been having trouble. Look at P just running over everybody, man. Right here, staying in the pocket, more Fagdy, but this time we beat it. And I have another miscue this drive. It's like, no matter what it is, nothing seems to be going my way. Losing my quarterback, having, multiple times in here, but the Fagdy really stopping me. I'm really not being able to beat it. Right here is where this drive just went to hell, man. Call a screenplay, fumble, and we give up the ball. And I'm just like, wow, you've got to be kidding me. It's just not my game today. It's just not going good. Oh my God, just losing my quarterback for the game should have been a sign that it's not going to go my way. So even though I really feel like, things are not looking good, I need to be able to make some things happen, Right here, surprise, surprise, another streak. And I got to be like, you got to be kidding me. I know you guys are like, just get out of the damn defense, play some 2-man under or something like that. Have some over-the-top safety help. But every time I did, it's not like I didn't. Every time I did, he was calling other plays where I needed to bring pressure. I needed to try and bring some blitzes, and I just wasn't doing the setup. So I don't know what that was going on. I just was having a very bad game defensively, as I always do. I always struggle on defense, but it's offensively, like I've been saying for like 4 years, is where I make my mark. And me struggling this bad is games I typically don't be able to win. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. It's not looking good. More Fagdy by this guy. We end up going to Cook right there for a big gain. And this defense right here is just really getting more and more popular. That's why they need to just change where you can only re-blitz linemen. Look at this. 10-man coverage. 10 guys covering 5 people. Believe me, this is not complaining. This is not complaining at all. Because this has been in Madden forever. But it's like they just need to get rid of it. They really, really need to be able to get rid of this and not allow you to send so many people into coverage. But nonetheless, we got to battle through it. I can't complain about his defense. I just got to go ahead and try and find what works against it. Right there, one main pass rush decides to get to me. Second and goal, we run the ball, and we end up finding a hole up the middle, and we score a touchdown. We decide to sneak in a fake PAT, and we end up getting it, even though he did audible out of field goal kick to something else, but we still get it anyways. So it's a touchdown game right now. We need to stop. We need to be able to make something happen to be able to tie this game up. Last time we caught an interception, but we fumbled on the 5-yard line, so you got to be able to, hopefully make something happen again defensively. Ponder is 8 for 12, not throwing the ball too much, but that man right there is just carrying a workload, 14 rushes, doing very well. This is a key part right here. 4th and 2, I said, the hell with it. I'm run committing, and we catch him on the outside for the stop. And we're like, yes, we have an opportunity to be able to tie this game. Hopefully we can do so. Quick drag route to Austin, get ourselves where I've been this entire damn game. Hopefully I can go ahead and make something happen. More Fagdy, but this time we go to Cook, where we do eventually end up QB sneaking our way into, handoff into the end zone. And we end up, I wanted the QB sneak, but the lag had me pick HB Slam or whatever it was. Nonetheless, man, we battled our way back to a tie ball game. Hopefully we can go ahead and get ourselves another stop and be able to win this game. So this right here is a very important defensive drive. So right here, he decides to go to the screenplay, and thankfully we shut that down. 2nd and 15, another screenplay, but he goes up top. We swat it down. 3rd and 15, are we going to be able to come through? We send some pressure. He rolls up, and I'm sorry, son, but don't test the user. He is so disrespectful. Somebody please give that gentleman a link to my channel. Let me know, do not throw the ball my way. Right there, I felt like it was a mistake. I did not want to score that soon. I wanted to be able to make him waste some timeouts. I was still eligible for a first down. So that right there was just a scoring drive gone wrong. I've given him way too much time to be able to retaliate. But as I was running, he gave me so much space. It's like I couldn't deny it. Oh, that right there would have won the game. That right there would have won the game. He called the exact same play, the corner route he's been going to all game. I knew he was going to go to it again, but he hiked the ball when I was on a wrong defender and I was unable to manually guard it. But that dropped interception hurt so bad. 35-35 nonetheless. All we got to do is get ourselves in field goal range, and we possibly could be able to win this game. And the drive went wrong right here. Ran the ball, no blocking right there, and it's 2nd and 12 to begin the drive. And that right there was not a good way to start the drive. So we're standing in the pocket. Of course, he sent some Fagdy. I rush out, nobody's open. I try to just throw it up there. Thankfully, it was a dropped interception. So it's 3rd and 12 right here. We need to pick up this first down if we want anything to happen. Surprise, surprise, more Fagdy. What do you know? He ends up stopping us, so it's 4th and 12 right here. We got to punt the ball. No choice. I got to give myself a chance to be able to get this into overtime. I was hoping for a bounce, but he caught the ball in midair. So all he needs is about a first down and a half, and he's in field goal range. So he decides to run the ball, and he picks up 13 yards. Now, this game is over. All he needs is a couple more yards. Right, it goes for the screenplay, and thankfully we end up stopping him on the outside, only gaining him a yard. 2 timeouts left with some seconds left. He ends up getting hit as he throws the ball. So 3rd and 9, this is a very big play, and he backs up, and we end up getting the sack through the A-gap, and we end up sending this into overtime. He lets the time wind down. He ends up just chucking up for a Hail Mary, and we end up swatting that down. So we are in overtime. Even though we felt like things haven't gone our way, nonetheless, we still have an opportunity to be able to win this game. Back-to-back games in overtime. The Raiders game went into overtime. This game went into overtime. Let's see if we can have similar results. I have yet to lose an overtime game this year. I think I'm 2-0 or 3-0, however many times I've gone. So hopefully we can have similar results to be able to win this game. So we hit the outside with Austin, and we get a decent return to about the 30-yard line. We start off with the run, and the run got us a really good gain of about 6 yards. So 2nd and 4 right here. We decide to keep the ball back on the ground, and we get it to a very manageable 3rd and 1. We run the ball. It looked like we should have had the outside, but a block shed at the very last second forces a 4th and 2. Now we got to go for it. If we pump, field goals win the game. Look at triangle. Keep your eyes on Givens. Look at triangle and do not look nowhere else. Look at triangle. Look at triangle. Look how open triangle is. Look, open, and I hit the wrong button. I am staring down triangle. Look, I don't even pick a defensive play right here. I am just stunned that I hit the wrong button. I even had the streak. All I had to do was lob it. But I did a bullet pass thinking I'm throwing it to triangle. I just hit the wrong button. And we lose the game due to a malfunction. That's the end of the game, guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, 9 o'clock is something very special I want to share with you guys tonight for all of Madden community. It's your boy GS, and I'm out. Peace. Give it to me, baby.